everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Sherry Turquoise and today is July 6th, the day 6 of Camp NaNoWriMo. So today I cannot talk today. Today I will be working on the dark fantasy book for a little bit. My word count at this moment is 17,409, and I need to write 323 words today, or even go over. So the minimum word count that I need to reach today is 17,732. I am also hoping to work on, just for a little bit, my horror dark fantasy novels. So I'm probably going to do that for a little bit after lunch, and I'm just going to finish the chapter off and just go from there. I'm really hoping to get this book, to get that second draft done by the end of the month. So I've kind of given myself a due date, July 31st, or is it 30th? 31st is when I would like to have the second draft done. However, I did give myself an extra 2-month buffer just in case, but I really would like to have this draft done for sure before the summer ends. And I already have an idea what I'm going to work on for NaNoWriMo in November. I actually might work on 2 projects. One will be the actual NaNoWriMo project itself, and then the second project will be book 2 of the horror dark fantasy, which I'm going to start working on in August. So that project and that project is what I was thinking of. The only time I would work on the horror dark fantasy during November, because it won't be the major focus, will be on like live streams and that. And as for the NaNoWriMo project, I will be focusing on that during 5 to 6 days a week. It's still up in the air whether I'll do that project or not. I will most definitely say the genre. I am thinking of the dark fantasy science fiction or the science fiction dark fantasy, depending on which way it goes. And it will be another series. The reason why I do different projects for NaNoWriMo is because I would like to have a break with the main focus project, which in this case is the horror dark fantasy, the Spirit Dragon series, temporary series style. I like to have a little bit of a break, so this way when I go back to it, I will have a fresh mind, fresh intake, and see where I can improve, and able to move forward from there, especially if I hit a writer's block. So I might do book 2 during NaNoWriMo, I might not, but it will be nice to have a little bit of a break, kind of thing, if that makes sense. So I'm just gonna set the timer, and for people that are wondering the time, it is 11:50 a.m. and I'm just gonna set the timer for, we'll do 25 minutes and see how that goes and see how many words I get written down and just go from there. So I'll see you guys in a few minutes. So that was time. I had to erase a lot of words because I realized this. I actually wrote the one character not the way he was supposed to, so I made him sound like more of a bad guy than what he really is. So this character is Blaze. He's trying to do the right thing. He is trying to help the realms as best as he can, but at the exact same time, he is also trying to earn Lurk's trust. So he is using his powers to try to earn Lurk's trust, so that way he can fully see what's going on in that realm, but also try to learn how to rule as well, because he thinks that Lurk is the best option of how to rule a realm or a planet in this case. So he's gone to Lurk for some ruling advice. So I have 17,467 words. So I didn't really get a chance to write a whole lot. So I probably only wrote about, give or take, a little over 60 words, which isn't bad, because I had to erase a lot of words, and at least total 2 to 3 paragraphs at least, because it is in his kind of point of view, but it's also in the girl's point of view at the exact same time. That's kind of the thing that third person ominous does. It's the narrator talking, so when the narrator is talking from looking at one, but the narrator can see everything. So I had to try to word that carefully, but also keep it in a third person point of view. Because my habit is so far in this story is keep changing it back to a first person point of view when it needs to be written in a third person ominous point of view, because it's working out the best. Yeah. So I'm always correcting myself, like, no, need to change this back to a third person ominous when I notice that I put it in a first person point of view. Which, don't get me wrong, the horror dark fantasy novel is in a first person point of view, but it's also in a multiple character point of view as well. So that one is in all first person, but each character has a different story in a way, and they're all connected. While the dark fantasy book here is third person ominous, because there's almost no way of able to explain everything going on where every character is in a one person point of view, first person point of view. So that's where the third person ominous comes in. It goes, this character, we describe what's going on with this character, and then it also says where the other character is, so this way we know whereabouts everyone is. So I'm gonna do another writing session for about 25 more minutes. So I have like 200 and some odd words I need to write. Yeah, I need to write 265 more words just to reach my goal. So I'm gonna just hop right into it. For those of you who are wondering what kind of plant I'm planting, I am planting a pine tree kind of thing. So without further ado, I am just gonna quickly write for 25 minutes and see where it leads me, and just go from there. And I will see you guys in a few minutes. So that was time. I got over the word count again, which is a good thing, because I like going over word count goals. So the word count goal was 17,732, and I got 17,951. So I wrote 219 extra words, so I am well caught up, and I am ahead now. That was only 9 words behind. So in total today, I wrote 542 words. I'm extremely happy. Yay! The book has turned out better than what it did last April. And the character that I made the mistake on, trying to get him to be one character when really he was another character. But what made me realize this is the fact that he has the powers of illusion. So I was writing it in the point of view of the illusion point of view, fake one, instead of writing the point of view of the real one. So that made things confusing. So I had to try to put in both perspectives and say, well, this is the fake one, here's where the real one is, who is watching. It's just kind of as bad, but Blaze needed to gather information. And the only way to do that was to make a fake him to be at one location, and then the real one watches from a distance, if that makes sense. Anyways, I'm not going to go into too much detail because I'm kind of giving away the book, but those are not really major informations, or at least I don't think they are. It could be later on in the book, but right now it's not really that major. So I was supposed to be at 1,938, and I am at 2,148. So I am I'm a little over 200 words ahead. It's fun and interesting that White Track says I'm supposed to be at 1,935. Camp NaNoWriMo says I'm supposed to be at 1,938, and they're both the exact same goal of 10,000 words. But one says I should be at a different number. I'm still ahead. And by this, I'm at 2,148, which is the exact same number with Camp NaNoWriMo. I just find it interesting that there's 2 websites I'm using. Both of them have the exact same word count goal, and that these 2 websites have a different word count where I'm supposed to be at, which I just find interesting. So yeah, so I'm just gonna have lunch, and then I am going to go hop right in. After lunch, I'm gonna hop right into the Horror Dark Fantasy second draft and go from there. So I will see you guys shortly. Take care. And I'm back. It is 1:58 p.m. I am just going to finish chapter 1 of the Horror Dark Fantasy novel. It was draft 2. I did start it, but I don't remember where I left off on Friday last week. So I'm just going to restart the whole chapter and just get the whole chapter finished. And don't mind my cat. He is just in a little bit of a wild mode. He gets like that. Oh well, what can you do? This will probably take me, so it's 5 pages, so it'll probably take me about an hour to 2 hours maybe, just to do 5 pages. I'm not a fast reader. And someone's having fun. I think he found a toy. What did you find, Shadow? Anyways, I'm just gonna hop right into it, and I'll see you guys shortly. Okay, so it is 2:51 p.m. So yeah, that actually almost did take me an hour to edit and revision. So I'm happy where it went. I'm glad I went straight back to chapter 1 because there was a couple of things I did miss. So I will have to relook at the previous chapter before I can continue on to the next chapter to make sure I got everything, but I think I did this round. There will be a couple of times where I would not go back to the previous chapter just to make sure everything's accurate. However, as I get later on into the chapters with the different characters' point of view, I'm going to have to go back to that character's point of view on a different chapter to make sure that everything is aligned up properly with that character. So yeah, that was chapter 1. Now tomorrow I'm going to be on chapter 2. The new chapter 2 is a demon's point of view. So I will be starting that chapter at a different location and talk about his process as a demon that got summoned, and I will also be adding his name on here instead of just saying demon, because it just doesn't really make any sense not having his name, because then it does throw the question, who's the demon, which kind of is the whole point. But at the exact same time, I realized after I finished draft 1 that his name should actually be on there, even though the reader will know who he is as a character, but it's the characters in the story that won't know him. So it might sound a little confusing, but that's just the way the story has to go. There is still a mystery in here. It's just that we basically know who the killer is. The mystery part is in the prologue. I might have to give that one away as well in the story early on, because I might need that character's point of view, or maybe another hunter's point of view. I don't know. I'm gonna figure that one out as I think about it. But I'm gonna end this here. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon to get notified of all my posts, because I do post videos 5 to 6 days a week during Camp NaNoWriMo, and I also try to do live streams once a week. And click the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how your Camp NaNoWriMo is going. What draft are you working on? Are you still working on the previous draft, or are you on a different draft? Let me know down in the comments. And follow me on Tumblr, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. All the links are down below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. And remember, stay true to yourself and stay unique. Bye.